Happy New Year to you. New you, me.
What?
New you, new me.
I ain't doing that shit.
What Pastor say about resolutions? He spoke of it. He spoke about it yesterday. He was like, you know how we make resolutions, and by January 2nd, you've already like said screw it because we are massive procrastinators.
You could shoot his shot.
Who we shooting this shot at? Oh man,
Everybody in church.
I ain't got my coffee.
What was you about to do with coffee and a drink?
I was gonna make me a spicy martini.
With the coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, spicy shitter. Cause you was gonna be on the toilet with that. Cause what?
Well, I'm on the toilet regardless, so but we not about to start a
Are we
podcast
gonna
like that.
start past podcasting?
We
We'll
are
get some-
podcasting. I'm already recording. I've been recording for 1 minute and 2 seconds. Talk to the people while I get us queued up. Cause you know how you
Hello. Yeah, we made it. We made it another year.
be. We did that. You know, there's a lot of people that didn't get the opportunity to.
Trying times. We've lost some good ones in everybody's families. And it's unfortunate because the holidays already seem, after some matriarchs and so forth left, didn't seem like they exist. And then you start, trying to create your own traditions and whatnot. And then you continue to lose loved ones during the holidays. And that is the most, that sucks to lose a loved one. But then to lose them around national holidays where you're supposed to gather and love on one another, like, it makes it even harder when everybody has their own way of grieving and coping with things, to the point that some people feel like being around family during those times isn't a good thing for them. And you don't want to be like, well, be selfish and be like, it's the holiday, you're supposed to, and that person's still grieving. They have their way of dealing with things, and we gotta respect boundaries. Then you have those that want people to be around during those times even more. So it's like, it's sad.
It's a double-edged sword. Ain't that how they say it? Yeah. Double-edged. Yeah. But hey, this is the first episode of 2024, episode 135.
Oh.
I was just going back through the archives, right? And I saw our first episode of 2023 was Grow Bigger Balls, episode 87. Look how that
So
landed.
why you didn't have me wear the shirt?
Hey, Slug.
Oh.
They reminded me of that too.
I could have had it on.
Yeah, so that was I think that was one of the highlights for me of the podcast last year. What about you, boo?
Boo! No tomatoes. Because that's disrespectful. You could have reminded me those specifics, and I'd have wore the shirt.
Told you got to pay attention.
You did.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the best episodes because they always say when men get in the room with women and they get into a debate they can't handle their own. Well, I was in a room with 4 women and I held my own, specifically with the hardest one, D. And that's how the title came up. Y'all expect us to grow bigger balls. Yeah, I remember that shit.
That was fun.
Yeah, that's definitely.
That was real fun.
That was definitely a highlight of 2023 as far as it relates to the podcast. Did you have one?
I did. When me and my sister did our little side.
Yeah.
That was fun. But I enjoyed when we had like when we was starting out, we used to sit and eat and talk, have conversations, little stuff like that. And what else? When you tried me with that tortilla challenge.
Yeah. I didn't try you. I warned you about that damn challenge and what it might look like.
The disrespect. But look.
But we're looking forward to even bigger episodes, more life for this podcast. And yeah, let's go. That's some motivation.
Blessing is in the redirection. You know what I mean? Sometimes that is the blessing itself, and oftentimes we look at it like, this sucks. This is so bad. But you realize later how necessary that redirection was, and it could be something that you never imagined.
What you think about that, man? That's crazy, right?
What happened?
That was it. It was only 14 seconds.
Man,
Let's play
it
it
went
again.
out again.
I don't think nobody got it. That's what my wife said. What happened? Let's go.
Blessing is in the redirection. You know what I mean? Sometimes that is the blessing itself, and oftentimes we look at it like, this sucks. This is so bad. But you realize later how necessary that redirection was, and it could be something that you never imagined.
Oh, that's just like when people look at failure, when you feel something as a failure, like you never did the right thing, or you always, every time you touch something, it just ain't shit. But failure is a process of growth. So when you redirect it with things, okay, it didn't work when I did this. Let me try it this way. Like to continue to take away and add. Like it doesn't just because I don't know how to really put it because it's like no matter what you do in a situation, you should never look at because you go in a different direction than others that you maybe
better or
compatible
less
with or like looked at as if you better than that person or something just because you choose yourself.
Yeah. You got some more? That was it. I felt like you was gonna go deeper. I was gonna respect your time.
That's just like what I get.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you sure?
Why your time wrong? I was like, dog.
Is it wrong? What time is it?
Hey, it's 2:57. I thought I was tripping.
Why I say 128?
Man, I don't know.
I ain't. Hey, look. I think it's really 128 then.
Man, no, because both my devices say. And which one say?
257.
Yeah, that's 3 against 1. Absolutely not.
Hey, look. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe anymore. These people are lying to us. They have been lying. Ever since Trump got in office, it's been nothing but lies. They have played on our ass. And they've used social media to do it. I don't want to believe none of this shit. You got me started the same way I started last episode. You know how to trigger me. Then you sit back and just watch me just implode. Boom! And all you do is do what you're doing now. God damn it. So where you want to start at? We can start at Elise Neal speaking up about black women's pay wages. We could start at Russell Wilson. You don't know too much about sports.
What does that mean? About him and being benched if he don't basically recant his documents or something?
So apparently back in October, right before they went on a bye week, Russell Wilson didn't give the details of who exactly approached him and his agent about him restructuring his deal to save the team some money. And basically what they stated was if Russell doesn't accept a deduction in his pay, that he would be benched. And Russell Wilson thought that was a little crazy because he been motivating the team. He been working hard to innovate his skill set in the direction of Sean Payton's. He been doing everything that he didn't do in year one with the Broncos to ensure that he was to play winning football this year. And for them to then come to him and say, basically threatening him, if you don't reduce your contract or reduce your pay wages for the following season, you will be benched.
But why is he doing? What happened?
Well,
They
his
say
play,
injury. Is he injured?
he ain't injured. His play has been a little low, but let me let Russell explain it, because I don't want to do him any disservice, and I honestly want you to hear this shit so you can see how crazy this shit sounds.
Okay.
Because his NFL Players Association responded to that, and their response was it was a violation of the agreed upon between the NFL and the players CBA.
So it's like a HIPAA
by
violation.
asking him, yep, no, it's nothing like HIPAA, because what you make or what they make is public records. So that's not HIPAA. It's basically they have a deal in place. Once you sign a patent contract, agent and all, documentation and all, you don't have the right to basically come up to the player and threaten them if they don't take a pay cut. But I want you to hear what Russ said, because Russ broke it down perfectly about what happened. Let's see.
It's been a process, just he's been going too.
There's been a lot of attention about the contract situation. Did they approach you or your agent in October regarding adjusting the contract?
Yeah.
What did you say about that?
Yeah, they just during the we beat the Chiefs. They came up to me during the bye week, and beginning of the bye week on Monday or Tuesday, and they told me that if I didn't change my contract, my injury guarantee, that I'd be I'd be benched for the rest of the year, and for I don't know, we had 9 games left or so. I was definitely disappointed about it, and it was a process throughout the whole week, for a whole bye week, and we just came off beating the Chiefs, played a pretty good game against the Chiefs. We just came off of that, so I was excited, obviously, for us fighting for the playoffs and get on a hot streak, and and then NFLPA and NFL got involved or whatever, I think, but at some point, but I think for me, I just I came here to play here, to win. I knew it was going to be a process to sign a 7-year deal to for us to go and play hard, and that's my goal every time I step into the white lines is give everything I have. I want to be here. I want to play here. I want to be able to win here. I want to win championships here. I want to give my all every week. No matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the score is, and I don't want to talk about it.
How can you not like that, man? It takes a mentally tough man to sit up there and basically explain to people that they tried to punk me, and as a God-fearing man, I ain't going for that shit. That's what you got.
Sierra got her a good one.
Would you have been able?
My man could have spazzed and all types of belligerent act. My man just said it is what it is, and that's just.
Man,
I know what I'm about.
Right? Shit, wow. When you hear that though, that shit sound crazy, right? Like they told me. So basically, back the final year that RG3 was in DC, that was the whole argument. RG3 was coming off of his leg injury, where everyone saw him fall. And the thing was, they didn't want to risk having to pay RG3 a whole nother year while he's hurt if they had put him out there. So they benched him. So they couldn't risk any injury. Because if he get injured, he's guaranteed that money. That money takes away from their salary cap and what they're able to spend. Mm-hmm. So while emotionally we think that's bullshit, if I know we aren't really moving towards the playoffs and actually gonna have a competitive chance, why am I gonna let him go out there and keep playing games, risking him getting injured?
And I still having to pay out.
And I still gotta pay him whatever I gotta pay him.
And put somebody else in.
That don't make sense. Right?
It's automatic in a red.
So why we wanna be emotional because we think they tried to strong arm him, business wise it makes sense.
You still gonna get paid.
Yeah, it's just
And
there's
heal, but you just won't.
they just don't want to risk losing close to $100 million for one physical year if you was to go out and break your leg and not be available next season. So then they don't have the financial piece to go out and find your replacement for the time being. They still understand they got to pay you this money. But if we put you out there for the next 3 or 4 games and you get injured, we going to be struggling. And we don't want to risk that as an organization.
I might as well sit out and pay you already what I'm paying you than to pay you on extra.
Yeah, double that.
I get it. It's a business on either side, on both
either
sides.
Side. Like, why we want to be emotional.
I'm the human, and that's an extra bag for me. Y'all the corporation, like, that's a negative bag for me. So it's, But he gonna figure it out.
They all gonna figure it out. Yeah, they all gonna figure it out. Because you ain't getting me to do nothing.
They gonna figure it out.
Y'all, so look, I'm so used to seeing Mariah Carey being posted everywhere for the month of December.
I ain't seeing that.
Why the hell was Mariah Carey so quiet at the most profitable time of the year for her? I didn't hear that dumbass song. I didn't see no remixes. I didn't see nothing. The first time I really saw Mariah Carey was December 27th, 2 days after Christmas. I need somebody to explain to me, where was Mariah Carey for Christmas? I think that's disrespectful for us not to be seeing Mariah Carey during Christmas. She was hiding.
Didn't she announce she was coming out the day after Thanksgiving or something? Did they do the little?
I don't know what she had. She didn't do none of that. I didn't see her performing that. What's the song again? I don't even remember the goddamn song. I just want to know where she been at. Like, no, Mariah Carey, you don't get the freedoms that us normal people get. You don't get these. We are used to seeing Mariah Carey plastered in our face. New items they selling in the store. The Mariah Carey Christmas doll. All that. We didn't get none of that this year. That's just like the tax people. Everybody was crying this year. Shit that we used to seeing, we didn't see. She must owe an IRS. She thinks she's slick. She must go to
That hurt your feelings that you ain't see Mariah Carey?
Kinda, because she didn't give me an opportunity to be irritated about her constantly being in my face.
Maybe that's why the holidays didn't feel right.
Yeah, man, look. And here's their statement this week: between the Christmas and New Year's is the time to kick back and relax and take a break from my usual beauty routine. It appears that Mariah Carey is one person who is wholeheartedly taking advice in stride. No, you can worry about your beauty routine in November, between November and the first month of December. I mean, the first week of December. You don't get all these opportunities, Mariah Carey. You better not do that next year. I mean, you better not do that at the end of this year. Respectfully, of course.
Man, it's in his feelings.
Some bullshit. You ain't think that was weird, though? No, you really didn't think that was weird?
Think about it till this. And I'm like, dang. Maybe that's why the holidays felt like that. We ain't getting no new songs, remixes.
Yeah, she got to do better.
Everything.
Ain't nobody asked her to do that. She got to do better. All right, this is a pretty long explanation, but I think it's something we should hear, though. Let's go.
My 2 cents, because again, this is my 2 cents, not the world's. This is Elise Neal, veteran actress, been acting over 27 years, hit movies, bad movies, hit TV.
She had a lot of bad movies.
250 odd projects in or more. Okay, so acting and actresses, black actresses especially.
She don't been a lot of your Tubi movies.
Which is the big topic right now. So I don't know if you guys would think I would say something, but I am right. So I'm going to try to get a couple of things out the way because I know how y'all are. One, when the great Monique got her award for Precious, I was on her side and, I did tweets retweeted things that she was saying. Me and someone else went to Vegas. I asked them, hey, I want to come and support her. I want to go to her show. That's what she was doing.
All right, we back from a brief break.
A what?
Yo,
Okay.
is this for real?
Okay.
So yeah, that ain't for real.
Yeah. Come on.
Dog, are we high?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Why you saying like that? All right, we're gonna continue listening to
Elise.
Elise Neal
Listen.
just talk about her situation where she supported Monique.
Her show. That's what she was doing. That was what was giving her money. I wanted us to go and support her show as well as like tweets and things like this. This is the promo job. Just like with anything else, you guys have your favorites and or the people that you admire more than others. And listen, I'm over 50. I don't care. I love my job. I've been loving it. I appreciate support for any job that I'm doing, but it doesn't like rock my world if I'm not one of your favorites. I seem to keep on working, so I must be quite a few people's. But you didn't see mine.
I'm gonna stop it right here, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna stop it right here. Cause I listened to this entire video, and the face that you made, I felt like she was throwing shots every chance she had an opportunity. It almost seemed like there was a little bit of hate there. Just me saying. But in these moments, you really do find out who truly likes you and who truly dislike you.
It kind of gave.
And I really did feel like Elise Neal is not the biggest fan of Taraji P.
But it still kind of gave like a shot like, hey sis, I'm just saying.
Like I was out here helping her. Where were you at?
No, but it's giving a shot like, hey sis, maybe you need to jump in a Tubi movie too, so you can keep it bad.
Yeah, I've been in the industry this amount of years, and
that's all I'm saying.
I seem to never not be working.
You don't have to feel like you gotta always have a big role because of who you are. Like it's nothing wrong with saying.
I'm glad you said that, because here's what she said.
I thought you said you were gonna stop right there.
No.
You didn't respond to mine when I said that I was in support. Then you go, oh, Elise is supporting. But like I said, I don't care, but I want to bring that up because I know how y'all are. I was. The other thing is, sometimes in life, y'all, things are not equal, which we already know. And getting into this business, this is going to be my first. I said I was going to do a series on acting. Bear with me. There's been a lot of things going on, but some things are just not fair, especially with American Black women in this business. It is not fair. It has never been fair. Now, I can look.
Okay, so when you hear a Black actress that's been in here, probably been in the industry probably 10 years longer than Taraji P, and she says she understands it's not fair, but that's not stopping her from getting to the money.
Yeah, that's not gonna stop me from something that I'm passionate and I love.
I think she almost saying it's common sense to know they're gonna pay certain actors more than they pay others. It's just how the game has been played. She did also bring up something I want to get to, where sometimes they would pay someone less because they know they will take the role versus paying you whatever they paying you.
Because of who you are.
Yeah. To this business,
that's gonna sell the ticket because they're like, "Ooh, she in it. I gotta watch it."
Different from someone else's that's probably from 25 to 35
youth
or so, because it's been so many changes in our industry over the last few years.
Because baby,
but
the cash for the color purple.
Anyone, Viola, Taraji, all of those people speaking up about the pay rate not being the same, that is 100% true. It is not the same for Black female actresses, even against a Black male actress. Definitely not the same. It is 100% even worse, not the same between Caucasian actresses and actors and Black women and men. It's never the same, never has been. I would love it to get a little more even. I would love it that we would get more money, I also understand, and again, that's why this is too big of a subject to put in one video for me, but I would love it if we all got paid equal. It's still not happening. We want it to happen. We hope it's going to be better. I am one that tries my best to get, anything I can in a contract. But again, at the end of the day, you know, I've done this. I'm just going to keep it real. I guess you'd say my golden age when I was, working all the time. I would say from like oh 04 to like to about before the strike to like oh 08. Like oh 04 to like oh 08. Man, I couldn't even sleep. I had so many jobs, right? But it's hard to kind of make those, yes, I'm gonna do it because the pay.
So, like, when you hear her talk this way, she's giving up a lot of information that I think we only got tears from Taraji P. She's getting deep into it. She's not emotionally invested. She understands what it is, and she's okay with it. Long as her bills are getting paid and she's taking care of the things that she's supposed to take care of.
But I think it's more.
Real quick. She also speaks about the Taraji P saying, okay, paying your team.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. But Taraji passion, is also I want to make sure that the people who work for me good too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to have to pay them pennies just for me to make a bigger check. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I respect them and show them that I feel and care for them as I want to be treated as well. So why should I have to continue to take the lower ball to make sure that my people are good so that they can flourish type situation? But both sides are valid because that's how they feel from, the things that they've done, the places, the roles that they've been in. And that's why I said, like, when I went to go see the Color Purple, I was like, okay, because, Celie wasn't appeasing to the eye. And for them to be able to cast so many daggone Celies, it's people out there that's going to do the job. You get what I'm saying? To get that name. But is it always, people use those names to sell the product? Like the Color Purple. You had Fantasia, you had Taraji, everybody like, oh, I gotta go see it because they in it, she in it, she in it. You get what I'm saying? And their roles may not, like Sierra role was not big at all.
Mm.
But you had people who went to go see it because her name was on it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody can make whatever they got, work for them how they want to work for them.
Yeah.
And it's always good when, no matter what side it is, when the African American woman can speak up on things that they stand for and how they feel about it. No matter how others may feel, but it's good to see when everybody can come out and, voice their opinion about it. Even though the other person may feel some type of way, but it may not. We read everything wrong. Like text messages, like when you put stuff in caps. Why you yelling at me? Why you yelling? And somebody brings you. That's the way I text. I text everybody in caps. You get what I'm saying? Different things of that nature, but we'll figure it out. We'll know. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, so come on, Remy.
Man, she got a type.
Say the relationship status between Remy Ma and Papoose has been questioned as an alleged audio of battle rapper Easy the Block Captain makes his rounds on social media, and what appears to be a phone call between Easy and another person. He can be heard talking about what many fans believe to be an affair with Remy Ma. In the audio, a voice that appears to be, it says she don't want me to. She's been on my ass like asking me, please don't do it. I'm like, all right. She also said, this nigga made his first move. He put you in a fucked up position. So I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just asking you, could you do that for me? What? I don't get it.
So apparently, it's like Remy and Papoose supposed to be having some issue, and this dude is who she's supposed to be dealing with, based off of everybody's like, well, while she was in jail, Papoose held her down, but they like she owes her. She don't give a fuck shit. But it's the point she got tight because him and Papoose look alike.
Definitely do.
Papoose just got a smaller beard, like trimming. I said, "Ooh,
I hope this ain't
tight."
true because Papoose was really holding her shit down while she was in jail. But they say them be the ones that get kicked up in the ass. So I don't know.
You hold them down, then when they get out, they forget about you.
They forget about
After a while. But I hope that's not true. Because he was dead.
Nothing wrong with supporting Black business. It's just not going to solve the problem of poverty and inequality and wealth. I tried to deal with this a little bit. But the short version is Black businesses target Black people. Black people don't have any money. From 1992 to target Black people. Black people don't have any money. From 1992 to 2012, Black people created 2 million plus businesses and the capture of the national sales revenue went down from a paltry 1% to like 0.3%. The point is that Black people can't create businesses in the sectors of the economy that generate real wealth. Black businesses don't have enough to hire many people. They don't have benefits. They're not paying people. In fact, most Black businesses pay people below the average national salary. And again, because and we see it all the time. This is why, and people get mad when they see these people, they get to a certain size and then they sell out, or they sell to the white business that buys them up. Well, that's ultimately what you want in a capitalist economy. That's the goal, to get big enough to a bigger, because you can't expand.
Not that supporting Black business.
That is so true. Because we as our people will start a business, have something, and market up the price as if we are the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, and you just starting out type situation. So I get exactly what he said. It's all good that you want to support your people, but then your people be the ones that get you all hyped up, and then you go back and it's not consistent. It's not the same. Fell off because the name that got big. That's like the restaurants. You go to the soft opening, everything's like, yes. You go back, you're like, okay, I can do this. And then you go back 2-3 months later and you like, what happened? They can't keep up. They can't keep up. So and then always like, it sucks because you want to support your people. And then you have those who wonder why you have people who are a Black business that don't want to be big. Like, you may have somebody whose thing is, maybe they sell buttons, right? Buttons with affirmations and stuff. And somebody like, oh my gosh, you should now sell patches. And then you like, okay, so if I add patches, that adds more work. You get what I'm saying? But it's just me. So how am I going to be able, you wonder why some people stay in that lane. But you can grow and do so much and do this, but how? Because if I add that, that's still adding on to me because I'm that one person. And it's not always easy for us as African Americans to all work together because everybody always has, somebody got a motive. It's like it's a problem for everybody to do the same thing when it's not. If I sell chicken and he sells chicken, that's just more places you got the option to buy chicken from. It's not to say that we can't have a collab, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, we come up with something and we come up with a specialty chicken that we both will sell at our establishments that we worked on together as a special item. Not to say that, I came up with lemon pepper honey Cajun and you come up with it to try to down me.
Yeah, you just gotta
never work together.
You just gotta create something that stands you away from the competition. And that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be hate.
But why
It's just
does
like
it
we
have to
gotta
always
always.
have to stand like it shouldn't be sought out as competition. It should be
Yeah.
like sought out as that's another good business doing it, you know, doing something so we can work together because like prime example, if you are in the food industry and you know for a fact that you're tapping into seafood is expensive as hell. And to keep up your quality and your service that you provide, you come up with specialties. You know, when certain things is out of season, you try not to play with it. Like if you are a food industry that do blue crabs, you know, certain seasons the crabs aren't what they are during the opposite season. So it's like, how can you keep up with that business you was getting during the summer now during the winter if that is a staple at your establishment? Where you have all these boil places that do crab legs because a crab leg is never going to go out of season.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is if you have a good consistent vendor to get it from and they are full, which means that the legs are thick and it's some thick meat, not that it's the leg is thick and it's some little meat. So you get what I'm saying? Like your revenue will stay consistent because you have something that you can consistently offer. But that doesn't mean that you can't collab with others so that y'all as a collective know that okay, my strength is this in the cooking part, your strength is that. I also sell the same thing, but mine isn't what yours is. So how can we work together? And we work and do this together and say, boom, this is something we collabed on. We can put it in both our establishments and both grow. It should never be that if we are the Black community supporting each other, then we should keep stepping on our people and not bringing somebody up with it.
I recently heard, and well, I've heard multiple times in just different rooms I've just been blessed to walk through, that some of the most successful business people are the ones who collab with other business people, specifically in the Caucasian community.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
That
We can't.
mentality only works in Caucasian and Latino communities. The black person is so concerned about their wealth that
Their
most
image.
times, yeah, if your image doesn't blend with theirs, it's ego. So much stuff is rooted and fueled in our community, and that potentially always puts us at a low bar in the world as far as business, as far as just community, as far as like your lifestyle, as far as like togetherness, as far as like just being happy. Oh, I can still hear myself.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
just was getting closer.
yeah.
You
Some
hitting this.
some of those things, like if we was to embody some of those values that you see in the Caucasian community, the same Caucasians y'all buy from or you steal from, but then you hate on when it's time when the time is right to hate on them. Is if we embody some of those values, we would see more black wealthy people in the world. And that also means in our schools teaching kids basic financial literacy so they can be able to at least when they start out, they choosing careers when they go to college that they actually see a return on their investment in, and not just going to college just to say I'm going to college. Like it's just so much bad shit that's been ingrained in the black community that set us back, and that's why I see so many black people leaning on white people. It's because y'all for years sometimes not the white person is hiding stuff from us, but you're too afraid to go and ask the right questions to get the right answers. And I only say that because I experienced that self in myself. Like I just think sometimes like you just afraid.
Yeah, but that's like it's good that you have the like BB Judy, the Brett wife. Like you have people who are like her. Um, one B Marie with the even though she gave away a the month free rent, is people being able to sow a seed
By the way,
into
still that's
others.
some bullshit.
Being able to sow a seed into others show their appreciation towards, no matter how big, how small. It's just knowing that amongst the people that you have, if you are a black business that have employees, understanding what their needs are, not wants. You get what I'm saying? Understanding what somebody's needs are and how they working and they are grinding to meet that need, and for you to be a blessing to be like, you know what? I know what you're working towards. I know what you're trying to do. And with still doing that, you hold your head up, you come here, you make sure that we grow, do what's needed. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, a part of that burden, and just let you start off fresh from, being able to enjoy and things of that nature. And I just think if more people were to be like that, the black community could be wealthy just as much as the white community.
Yeah.
Like the actual generational wealth and seeing the positive out of it and what it is to come together and do things. I think it will be amazing, and it could outweigh them. It could, because some people have to take their self, and I'm not to say that's just like, I'll use myself for example. I'm always the one who, with friends, whatever, like, you have people that say, if you need me for anything, and then when you go to them and for whatever anything may be, and they like, oh nah, I'm not that person. If I said that, that's what I meant. So if I say I got you, or whatever the situation, that's just what it is. I can be a bitch about shit. I'm always say however I feel about anything to whoever it is, but I'm always going to be me.